Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Saad. My metric number is 24 and I'm from group.
My name is Muhammad Naim. My metric number is 22 and I from group 5.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shafiq. My metric number 35. I am from group 5.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Fakrali. My metric number is 30 and I'm from group 5.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone. Okay, my name is Suhaibah binti Abdul Rahman. My metric number is 07 and I was the representative from group 5.
My name is Shazlin binti Sharof. My metric number 1008 and I from group 5.
Now I want to talk about introduction. Chlorine basic chemical such as a chlorine dioxide and hydrochlorine have been used in pulp bleaching for several decades and continue to use for removing lignin and bleaching the pulp to high brightness. In general term, the acetate bleaching has a degree of brightness obtained. Is determined by the type of a pulp being bleached and the purpose use of the paper product. For example, craft paper intended for making fine writing paper requires different bleaching circumstances which will produce the brightness in the final paper product.
In chlorine-based bleaching chemical, the pollution of waste, water or paper industry depend the kind of raw material which is used. For paper production, wood, bag, hemp, straw as used. 5 basic pollution are used to produce pulp in the industry world. The condition of case can be with or without a bleaching process. If bleaching process is a sole step of production, lignin will be destroyed. The effect is white paper. The color depends also the different kind of water or other raw material which are used for the production. This step has the disadvantage to load and environment more because of the use of mechanical like chlorine or chlorine dioxide, which are risky because of the process.
The impact on environment. Balancing mechanical pulp is not a major cause for environmental concern. Since most of the organic material is restrained in the pulp and the chemical use. For example, hydrogen peroxide and sodium bisonite produced begins by products, example water and sodium sulfide, finally respectively. However, the balancing of chemical pulp has the potential to cause significant environmental damage, primarily through the releases of organic material into waterways. Dioxide highly toxic and health effects on humans include respiratory, developmental, immune, and hormone problems. They are known to be carcinogenic. Over 19% of human exposure is through food, primarily meat, dairy, fish, and shellfish, as dioxide accumulate in the food, in the fatty tissues of animals. Although chlorine kills some bacteria, but the user also affects human health. Terpenoxetine, where compound results from chlorine and humectant. root material inside that were cancer causing agent called agent material. This effect may have been caused by continuously intake to skin absorption. For example, when we cleaning rice with average water, chlorine that occurs in water will seep through into rice. Several result lead skin chlorine and ciliary product and chlamydia to bladder cancer, heart, stomachs, rectum and intestine, including herbicide, erythrolysis, viral hardening, anemia, high blood pressure and allergic reactions. There is also evidence which shows chlorine destruction effects on protein in body and adverse effect to skin and hair. Chlorine presence in water could also cause chloramine formations in water that can use problem scent and smell.
For the next chapter, I would like to present about the chlorine contamination control chemical process. The produce pulp for fine and print paper, two chemical products are used. The calf process is an alkaline process. The lignin is cracked by NaOH or Na2S, which is very effective at different kind of wood, especially the wood contain pollution. Disadvantage is the color problem. Based on the thiol and sulfide, the pulp has also to be bleached more compared to the sulfide process. Processed water of the kind of process contain SO2 and the pH is between 8 and 9. Board and cord or depending on the kind of wood. Normally, the board file is between 1 or 2 gram per liter and the COD is 4-7 G per L. The sulfide process is a procedure based on acid. The effect is not the same compared to the alkaline process. The produce is more sensitive against pollution. Branch and bark disturb the chemical process and will not solute as well as the wood. Also, resin disturb the process. Advantage of the sulfide process are more process variation and producing condition without unwanted thiol and sulfide production.
Semi-chemical process. The nitro sulfide semi-chemical is most used. The yield of this process is approximately 75%. The thermomechanical process is generally used for newsprint paper. The new chemi-thermomechanical process is higher efficient, approx 95%, and the consumption of water is not as high than in other described process, but it needs more energy to produce the pulp. In modern pulp plant, this kind of wastewater has two treatment generally. Firstly, bleaching solution. Second, washing and emptying. Third, evaporation condensate. The amount of water which has to be treated is very high. Approx 30 meter pulp with mechanical process and up to 150 meter pulp with chemical process. The wastewater contains up to 10 until 30% of fiber, fibrate and CO3. VO5 and COD load vary between different kind of wood. Wastewater is treated by anaerobic wastewater treatment, vaporizing, incineration and recovery.
Now, for the conclusion. Another option to reduce the discharge of chlorinide organic compound to reduce the chlorine uses in the first stage of bleaching process. Two alternatives that produce no significant degradation to the pulp properties have been commercialized on this purpose. There are a standard delignification in the cooking stage. The second one is oxygen delignification. This alternative will proper extraction reduce the lignin content of brown stock going into the bleach plant. They do not, however, reduce the chlorinated organic compound in the bleaches, pulp, and influence to sufficiency low levels.